comparison to the vast secrets it holds. The Great Old One might be unaware of your existence or entirely indifferent to you. But the secrets you have learned allow you to draw your magic from it. Entities of this type include Gonadar, called That Which Lurks, Tharizdun, the Chained God, Dendar, the Night Serpent, Zargon, the Returner, Great Cthulhu, and other unfathomable beings. So my question would be, as the DM, what do you think in this setting would be one that our warlock would have a form of pact with? Because I have no clue. I have no...
Well, that's the fun thing about the Far Realm, is that it can be anything. It could be...
right, it seems like it's just like, it's something unknowable, and I don't even have to know what it is.
Tharagos, the god of hay bales. Hay bales are a mystery to man and monster.
Just has this constant fear of, like, just kind of like see this kind of love hay bale in the village, and he just looks at it like, just like closing in on, just kind of back and forth camera shot, like, duh, 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 duh. Right, and I guess we could just kind of role play it where it's just basically something that you just literally can't even fathom. It's just unknowable. It's just like, does it have a name? Well, how would I know that? It is. I think that kind of idea of like Lovecraftian, like Azathoth, the Daemon Prince that creates all things and is a blind idiot god. It knows nothing. It thinks nothing. It does not comprehend you, and you cannot comprehend it. Like, it doesn't really actually have a name. So, I mean, it could be something like that, but I was just wondering, your thoughts as DM, if you would have had something specific in mind, like this would be really cool for the story if a character was influenced by this strange thing.
But one of the things I really like about the idea of using the Elder Gods is being able to incorporate it later.
So we start with something unknown.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And, you can learn more about it as you go, unless there was some specific elder deity that really spoke for the character. But it doesn't have to be apparent at the moment. You can just
cool.
That you, as your character progresses, you gain more insight, because with the Warlock, you get like different pact bonuses and things.
And the thing is, there's a lot of cool DM stuff, like possibilities there in terms of like, basically the DM can just choose to have the Warlock see weird messages just at random times through various weird means that only he or she sees. They just look up in the clouds and there's just like a weird, like basically just a weird disturbing image appears there, and it's like, and like people. Gerber Ghost, whatever the heck his name is, and they're like, he's like,
hey, you get telepathy at first level.
Oh yeah.
You share a language with a creature for it to understand your telepathic utterances.
That's cool.
Neat.
That's neat. Yeah, lots of cool stuff. There's a lot of interesting stuff. I think I would have a lot of fun playing a Warlock. Notifications are very cool. Okay, so that yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and that actually that helps me guide the character a bit. So like, because I was trying to think of what the background would be, and so like if you had an idea of like, I think it would be cool if it was this particular kind of like ancient deity, then I would maybe go for like an established cult, and you're part of this cult and stuff. But
I think Charlatan might be a nice one.
Charlatan seems nice, but in terms of just this very Lovecrafty feel that we've got going on, like, I don't know, I want to go for something that has like the possibility for a very frightened, kind of just messed up character.
Folk hero.
Folk hero.
You're a folk hero. You didn't really save the town. Oh, okay, we go.
Because Charlatan just seems like a character that's...
Slash was saying. He's back.
What was that?
Slash.
Yeah, what is it?
He checked the previous recordings, but we fixed the audios between part 1 and 2. So we can actually say on recording how we fixed it.
That's annoying.
Only Joel has the highest probability chance of...
Well, he's our main tech guy, so it figures that when he's turned into a cat, like he has been, when he's been turned into a cat, you know, I guess our tech is gonna suffer a bit. Once he's back, I'm sure that'll help, and we can do some tests and stuff. Well, sorry guys if it's a little messed up. I'm sure it's kind of difficult and annoying to listen to.
I would imagine.
But hopefully you can enjoy what you hear. So yeah, like Charlatan seems like that's a great choice, but I don't know for this, like for what I'm thinking in my head, for a character where it's like he's like he or she has a pact with something that is very frightening and unknowable. And so it's a very, like, unsure character. And it seems like most charlatans, it seems like from all the background stuff and pretty much anything you roll, usually charlatans, like, feel like they know what's going on. They feel like they have this agency to them that I don't really want for this character. I don't want the character to not have agency. I'm still deciding, like, I don't know, would Urchin work? Or maybe, like...
Slash is suggesting,
Hermit?
Hermit
would work.
He's discovery feature, which is quiet exclusion under your hermitage, give you access to powerful discovery, which is the same that.
And I agree with Slash there because actually, I mean, it is like basically discovering something that should not be discovered. Like that's fantastic. Of something beyond knowable space. It's like no.
That's the same path that we have the ranger on.
What page are you guys on?
Page 134.
Oh, you're right.
Which isn't terrible by any means. It's just.
Oh yeah. Well, and they give options where it's definitely like different. Like I could see a whole party of like they're all soldiers or they're acolytes or whatever, and still have very different characters going on. Yeah, you know what? I was definitely looking at Hermit, and I possibly maybe Sage, but it seems like a lot of the things that you could roll for a Sage are just like not, I don't know, would not work as well. Like Sage just kind of worked in terms of like, okay, you're researching arcane knowledge, and then you come upon this discovery. But I mean, the Hermit, Slash is a good point.
To your question, Darth Ramar.
We are trying.
It's most unfortunate and saddening.
It's actually enraging.
Did we seriously? Yeah. It's horrible. This is bad.
It worked last week, which is really frustrating. And
we're gonna do a lot of do a lot of testing. We're gonna do the test streams. We'll figure it out. Joel will be here. Our other player, Joel, who is now turned.
Yeah, Sage researcher.
I mean, Sage is like kind of would kind of work.
Commentary is going to go off for a moment, guys.
Okay.
So just give us a moment. Try talking.
Talk.
I don't know if it fixed it or not, but only people can really tell us. I'll go check back upstairs.
Our sound issue did seem to be worse than last time he was here. Not entirely sure what could be causing that, though. That is Darth Ramar.
Oh, what was it? I have my chat upstairs.
Darth Ramar is saying that the sound issues are definitely worse than last time. Not entirely sure what could be causing that.
Yeah, because last week there were none after we figured it out. Fixed it. Mm-hmm. And you can notice that once we relaunched the video after 17 minutes. I don't know if this made it any better. Probably not, but it was worth a shot.
Yeah, I feel horrible basically saying this, but it seems like at this point, like, we've tried a lot of stuff. It sounds like basically what I have to say is like, sorry, folks, next time it'll be better. Kinda sucks.
Well, it sucks because we got it right last week, and now
I
it's
know!
not. It's just,
I
you
shouldn't
can't.
shout. Because
Yeah,
that's...
the mic is right there.
Is anyone saying anything?
Not as
Nothing yet? Nothing new?
Are we even streaming? We're not. I don't even think we're streaming.
I did not turn off the
I
stream.
don't know. It's frozen on my side.
Okay.
One moment. Maybe
No.
my phone is just down.
No, it still shows us streaming.
Okay.
It still shows us streaming. That doesn't mean it's always weird. So I'm going to go upstairs and check and listen for a bit. So keep talking.
Let me try. There we go. I'll ask the chat. Hello.
Hopefully. Help us,
We
Obi-Wan
can't
chat.
see.
Help us,
We
Obi
are
chat,
blind.
Nobi. Your only hope.
Kind of a funny thing in the Sage category. Your equipment is a bottle of black ink, a quill, a small knife, and a letter from a dead colleague posing a question you have not been able to answer.
I was looking at that. That's why I was like starting to think about that. It's like, oh man, like the sage really works pretty well. And like astronomer, like I don't know, that just kind of like, or librarian. I mean, there's so many Lovecraft tales where it's basically all about the librarians. It's all about academics essentially, which is why I think like, oh well, sage can work.
Oh, apologies, man.
Apology, APOLOGIES.
Yes. That's fine. I just used it.
So for some silly reason, it just,
Okay, so the audio's out.
Not just the audio, the video's gone on my screen.
Well, Slash says he can see the stream now, but he
Can
can't
he?
hear it.
Full restart.
You're doing a full restart. I can just put it in here.
Yeah.
We are doing a full restart.
I'll wait till you get the text off and then I'll do it. Because it shows us that we're getting audio, everything should be the same.